Hi!
At last we did this.
Yes! How cute you're looking with your headband and all. I know.
All for you.
Yeah, all for you. I like buttoned up my shirt and like been all proper. How are you, my love?
Very formal. We're just trying to kind of feel normal, like how we normally feel at work, getting ready, part of our day, part of what makes us
Have you been
feel
wearing perfume? Because today I realized that I haven't been wearing perfume and I was like, but I love perfume.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, so today's the first day in I think 20 days I've worn perfume. Okay, Tammy, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, tell us all how have you been? I know how you've been, but how have you been?
Very chill, yeah. I'm really resting it out, relaxing, doing things that really mean something to me. Watching a lot of content online. Yeah, it's I'm cooking a lot. Like I'm seeing your posts, so I know you're cooking as well. But I mean, I didn't really know that I would enjoy this much. Like, I mean, I knew that I would. I'm a foodie, so I like to eat, but I didn't know I like to cook so much.
But I could see you liking it because it's like very, it's creative and it's meticulous, which both things you love. So I think it's not a surprise that you like it.
No, but actually, I find it a very instinctive process, which I'm quite surprised about. Although there is a lot of measurement involved, but then again, wonder that when they say 1 cup of something, it could also mean the cup size in your house is different than what is in their house. So
my cup is always extra large. I'm like, oh, maybe not that cup. I said my cup is always really large, and I'm like, maybe not my cup.
Yeah, so I mean, how do you like judge? So I think I discovered how to kind of maneuver things in the kitchen. I didn't know where anything was kept in the kitchen, but now I know.
Yeah,
so that's great.
That's amazing. So I wanted to start
you because you cook so well and you cook such great food and you cook such healthy options and you are like you are the queen of your house. You do your own thing, and I love that about you. You're so
thank you.
You're I mean, for people who don't know you, you're so domesticated. You're someone who's so caring, so loving.
Thank you, baby.
And the effort you take into detail, which is something that I really, really appreciate. And that's something that was a huge revelation to me also when I kind of spend time with you. I know you're someone who is, such a home bird, someone who really like, because it's a lot of work.
Tell me that's supposed to be a secret. I'm supposed to be a badass outside, and you're like, "बहुत अच्छी है घरेलू लड़की है."
For the number of times you've called me a good girl, I think you're the OG good girl.
Yeah, and just outside of you and me, I know that you have a very, very close group of female friends. So, and there are people sometimes that you work with, and people that you've known for years, as I know. What is it about this collection of, I think there's 3 women in your life that you're very, very close to, like excluding your mom. What is it and what does this support system mean to you? Because you're someone who works very, very, very hard. Not that the rest of us don't work hard, but there's something about the way you work that makes me feel like, you are the German model car and I'm really not. So
that's rubbish, Ruth. So anything.
But what does this collection of women in your life mean to you?
To be honest, if you ask me, I think you work way more hard than I do, because for me, a large part of my life is taken care of by, I mean, I don't know what it is with me, but I have a lot of people babying me, including you.
I guess one of them, you do have like a...
I have that vibe that whenever anyone looks at me, they just want to baby me, and I'm to be honest, I am not complaining about it. So I very strategically find these friends who will just love me to bits and just take care of me and love me and spoil me, and it all kind of works out in my favor.
Well, that's lovely. And these group of women, what do they bring to your life? Do they bring a safe space where you can be honest with them without judgment and you can leave your work behind, or can you discuss your work with them?
Well, whoever I'm really close to, it's because I really like those people as the people they are. Like what they do for a living or what I do for a living is often kind of forgotten in the process whenever we interact with each other.
Yeah, which is
always about just spending time. Like I think that is something, like for me, I can be in a traffic and have a lot of fun if I'm with, like, say you, or if I'm with Billy or Disha, who are like my closest of friends, you know. So I don't really need I don't really need to be in a very beautiful location or beautiful place. Maybe that's the reason I'm so peaceful at home, that I don't feel like I'm missing out too much, because I'm happy with the people I'm surrounded by. So I think essentially it's important that whichever women you surround yourself with, or whichever people rather you surround yourself with, should just be people who add value to your life and add value to you without really. I mean, whenever you have to put effort, I feel like it never works out. So it has to be people who are like organically in your life and who mean well. And I think one has to be, I think in today's time, a better judge of these things, like who you have in your inner circle or who you have as your close people. I think one has to be aware of that.
Yes, absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to ask, Clara, stop it. Sorry, she's just acting like so psycho today. So, I wanted to ask you, like, you know, something I've noticed about you before we became friends is you seem someone to be someone who is quite positive, in control, and quite stable in all your reactions. And with quarantine is the first time where I've actually seen you be like, it's good for me. And you've been more expressive about what this time means to you. And we were doing another interview and you said something really nice where you said people had forgotten how to daydream. And that you had on a summer vacation when you were lying down just like with hours to spend with no agenda, realized that, oh, I may want to be an actor. I may want, you know, I like cinema and entertainment. This is what I might want to do. Are there any revelations that have come to you now in another phase of your life with this quiet time that you've had?
You know, that's the thing with times like these. You know, you can't pressurize yourself again, it's the kind of pressure that we put on ourselves, right? Hey, this should be productive. Hey, I have so much free time. Let's make sure it means something. And I feel like the more we are trying so hard to make it productive, I think the lesser possibility of it being productive it is. So I mean, although this is a realization I have, that this free time could yield this, but I don't think I'm pushing too hard towards it. I might not, nothing might get revealed in this process. I might still just end up doing a lot of more acting that I've been doing in the movies that I do. I don't know, it might yield into something else, but I'm not putting that pressure on myself, because I think that's essentially what we all do, and that's something that I realize is definitely a mistake. And I think after the whole, I hope after everything just settles down and becomes okay, I would really calm the shit down.
Because I think like the illusion of control has completely been removed for all of us. Like it's like, just shut up, like just sit, like stop. And what you're saying is beautiful, which is like, don't feel pressured by others. Image of like, you know, people are like, you must have written so many songs in quarantine. I haven't been able to write anything new except like maybe half a verse of a new song, because I'm not feeling productive.
I mean, this is probably the downtime you need, because we all when we are in work mode, then we automatically gear up differently. But sometimes the downtime is like the build up, which you're not even, which is very subconscious. It's not something you're consciously trying to achieve, but that conscious time out actually helps.
Right. And like, again, you know, when you're saying don't go by other standards, you see something that, you know, in quarantine, as people are like, oh, I'm just going to get fat because I'm sitting and eating, or oh, I'm going to have like, you know, buns of steel and flaming abs by the time I'm done with this. And you're like, but something about working out, fitness, diet is something that we've always spoken about. And for those who don't know, we don't talk about this like two boring actresses. The truth is we both love food and we both struggle with being fit and being slim, because there are certain expectations of us.
Also, our job is visual, right? So
Exactly.
That's the reason I think more over than just like being obsessive about being thin. I think it's probably if we weren't in such a visual medium, I don't think we would obsess as much.
I don't know if you agree with me, but I think even amongst actors and actresses, there are those of us who do it because we're like, we understand we're in a visual medium, but we're going to eat what we like and we're going to do it, and we don't get like cuckoo about it. But there are people bless them, what they do is amazing, but they're like on another extreme. It's like 2 peas, 1 carrot, and 40 minutes of cardio every day. And you and I couldn't do that. The other thing I realized is, I remember telling you this once when I was first doing luck in Era Marivan. I never used to eat much. I used to eat very little, and I used to work out a lot, and I used to be permanently in a bad mood because it just made me a bad person.
Yeah.
And now over the years, I've realized, and I think the people watching have realized, we fluctuate. There are a number of reasons why we fluctuate. And now there's a nice balance that I've struck between saying the vanity of not what we feel, but what people want to see on screen, plus me actually enjoying fitness as a good place. And I've seen that you now enjoy talking about fitness and food and especially diet and what you're eating. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about your journey through finding this place with health and food?
Like any other actor, I feel like there have been moments where I would have, felt the pressure or felt like that moment where I need to really make sure that I'm looking the part that I need to look. But I never in my career opted for any extreme measure, and that was more than a time, but it was more out of just basic functionality. I could not function on little food, or I couldn't function I was put in an extreme situation. So growing up, I was a really weak kid. So I had to really build up my stamina, my immunity, everything, because I was fall sick really often. So so I took a lot of my growing up years to fitness. So I knew that if I would take like a shortcut to any of these things, which would not even be like the professional repercussions of that are different, but like it would really like ruin me as a person. So I never took up to anything extreme. But yes, I think I really experimented with different kinds of at that point of time diets, because for better like knowledge at that point of time, I thought experimenting with different diets would yield me the result I want. But I think in the past 2.5 years, my perspective towards food, fitness, immunity, health has changed considerably, because I realized that I was yo-yoing so much that I was really fed up of it. Like I think a lot of us experience that. You're thin in one day, and then the other day you're like really fluffy, and then you're just kind of variating, and it's really disturbing. I think it made me feel so I really work towards. I figured I need to do something that's sustainable. I can't do something that keeps making me change. So I just got on to a very holistic kind of health journey, where I began to eat food that actually suit me. Like I discovered I was gluten and dairy intolerant. And I feel like I when I was a kid, and mom and I were discussing this, that we have to really be sensitive towards kids when they say that they don't like certain food.
100%, because then it's not like just just keep quiet and finish your roti. Maybe they don't. I never liked rotis growing up. I always felt like ulti is coming, and no one took it seriously. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh, I genuinely don't process gluten properly.
Yeah, it's when you don't digest something, your body just rejects it. And I think kids are more sensitive to that. Like, at that age, like why are you not eating certain things? I feel now you're like, oh, ye acha hai, maine ye padha hai. All that drama should not happen. I think you should really, because it's, it's time. I think sensitive. I think compassion towards your own self leads to better health.
I said if there was something you could tell 20-year-old Tamannah that now that would help her, what would that be?
I was very worried about how life will pan out, and if I could go in any way. So just kind of do what you have to do, but not to excessively think, because I feel like I am in the future that I was worrying about. I am right now there, and we're hit with a pandemic, and there's nothing much we can do about it.
I said the pandemic really puts things in perspective. Like you didn't see this shit coming.
It's very mental and in your head.
So I said that, like what is a quality that you had when you were 20 years old that maybe you've lost or maybe has eroded a little bit that you would love to bring back now?
I think I was way more meticulous. I was obsessive.
Really?
Obsessive crazy. I think now I've become a little bit like, I won't say complacent, but I've become a lot more chilled out. which works in many things. But then I
Is
feel
this
like
chilled out, Tamannah?
I was a stickler. I think I would obsess over, oh, 5 minutes late means I would drive myself crazy and everyone else crazy. That sometimes works. Like in a very professional environment, I think that is a key ingredient in doing well and being successful in life. I think being disciplined or being, meticulous, sometimes that is what it, and everything to go, everything to happen, like the universe to kind of help you do everything. But I still feel you do need to have that element of, discipline, which will actually
Yes.
get you. Assume you asked me, what have I learned? Two things that I've learned being in the entertainment business. Is that what you asked?
Yes, that
Right. I just feel like the fact that there is a mold that people want you to be in, but at the same time, the only way you can be successful in the entertainment business is by being you. So there will always be this battle between the mold and that place where you are you, and you can, and I think so it's very important that as an actor or as a creative person in the entertainment business, should experience, and I'm guessing if you're there long enough you will experience, uh, you know two-sided thing in another would be, I think, dream big. Like that's something I tell a lot of people. Like do not think that this is not something that will happen. I think
don't limit
it's so
yourself.
important to think big and to imagine big and to dream.
Thank you. And you have been inspiring to me as always. Thank you for doing this today. Love you lots. And thank you for coming
Love
here and
you.
speaking with me.
Love you. Should see you soon.
Bye, everyone.